And still, my beloved, the journey stretches forward with a calm certainty that no longer frightens you, because you now understand that the road does not need to be perfect to be purposeful. You have learned to walk without rushing the moment ahead of you, to breathe without fear of what is coming next, and to stand firmly even when the ground beneath you shifts. There was a time when change unsettled you, when uncertainty felt like danger, but now you recognize it as movement, as life responding to your readiness. You no longer cling to what is familiar simply because it feels safe, and you no longer resist endings that arrive to make space for growth. You trust that what leaves was not meant to carry you forward, and what remains is strong enough to walk with you into what is next. This trust has softened you without weakening you. It has allowed you to stay open without becoming vulnerable to harm. You now know the difference between giving freely and giving too much, between compassion and self-sacrifice, between patience and delay. These distinctions protect your spirit and preserve your peace. You have stopped overextending yourself to earn belonging, and you have stopped shrinking your truth to keep others comfortable. You stand now with a quiet honesty that does not seek approval and does not fear rejection. People feel it when they are around you, that you are no longer easily influenced or shaken, that your sense of self is steady and clear. Some admire it silently, some question it internally, and some resist it openly, yet none of that moves you from your center. You are no longer defined by reactions, because you are anchored in intention. You understand that growth is not always visible, that the deepest work happens within, and that transformation does not need an audience to be real. You have learned to celebrate yourself quietly, to honor your progress without announcing it, and to hold gratitude for how far you have come without clinging to the past. You allow yourself joy without guilt and rest without apology. You no longer measure your days by productivity alone, but by peace, alignment, and presence. This shift has changed how you experience life. Moments feel fuller, connections feel more honest, and choices feel clearer. You listen more deeply now, not just to others, but to yourself. You respect your limits and you value your energy. You understand that saying no can be an act of self-respect and that walking away can be an act of wisdom. You no longer fear being misunderstood because you know who you are. You no longer feel the need to convince, because truth does not need defense. You move with a grounded confidence that comes from self-acceptance, not perfection. You allow yourself to learn, to adjust, and to grow without harsh judgment. You are gentle with yourself in ways you once were not, and that gentleness has become a source of strength. The world may continue to change around you, people may come and go, and circumstances may rise and fall, but you remain steady because you are rooted within. You have learned that stability is not found in control, but in trust, and that peace is not the absence of challenge, but the presence of clarity. And so you continue forward, not seeking to arrive somewhere else, but choosing to be fully present where you are, knowing that this presence, this awareness, and this quiet strength are exactly what you were becoming all along. And even now, my beloved, the depth within you continues to expand, because growth does not end when recognition arrives, it matures when peace settles in. You have reached a place where you no longer question your instincts every time they speak, because experience has taught you that your inner knowing is reliable. You have learned how to sit with uncertainty without fear, how to move forward without having every answer, and how to trust the unfolding even when the path is not fully visible. This trust did not come easily, it was earned through moments of disappointment, through unanswered prayers, through choices that required courage instead of comfort. You learned that clarity often comes after commitment, not before, and that strength is built by showing up again and again even when results are delayed. You no longer romanticize struggle, yet you no longer fear it either, because you understand its purpose. It sharpened your awareness, refined your priorities, and stripped away what was never meant to stay. You can now recognize what aligns with you and what drains you without long explanations. You feel the difference in your body, in your breath, in your peace. This awareness protects you. It keeps you from repeating old patterns and returning to spaces that cost you your well-being. You have stopped confusing familiarity with safety and intensity with meaning. You now choose what is steady, honest, and life-giving. This choice has changed everything. You no longer feel the need to rush outcomes or force connections, because you trust that what belongs to you will arrive without struggle. You understand that ease does not mean lack of effort, it means alignment. You put in the work, but you no longer carry desperation. You show up with intention, not anxiety. You give from fullness, not from emptiness. This shift has made your presence lighter and your impact deeper. People feel at ease around you because you are at ease within yourself. They sense that you are not trying to take anything from them, and that alone builds trust. You have become someone who listens without judgment, speaks without cruelty, and stands without needing to dominate. This balance is rare, and it is why your influence grows quietly. You are no longer driven by proving anyone wrong, because your life itself has answered every doubt. You are no longer attached to being chosen, because you have chosen yourself. You are no longer waiting to be seen, because you see yourself clearly. And this self-recognition has changed how the world responds to you. Opportunities begin to align, not because you chased them, but because you became ready for them. Doors open not through force, but through resonance. Conversations shift, dynamics change, and respect settles naturally. You notice it, yet you do not cling to it, because you know that external validation is temporary, but inner grounding lasts. You move forward with humility, not because you feel small, but because you feel secure. You acknowledge how far you have come without needing to boast. You honor your journey without comparing it to anyone else's. You allow yourself rest without guilt and ambition without fear. You have learned that balance is not something you find once, but something you practice daily. And you practice it now with awareness and care. The future no longer feels intimidating, because you trust your ability to meet it as you are. You know that whatever comes, you will adapt, learn, and rise again if needed. This confidence is quiet, but it is unbreakable. You are no longer surviving your life, you are living it with intention. And as you continue on this path, remember this truth that now lives within you: you did not become strong by accident, you became strong by choosing growth every time comfort tempted you to stop. And still, my beloved, the becoming continues, unfolding layer by layer, breath by breath, in ways even you are still discovering. You wake up now with a deeper sense of self, no longer rushed by comparison, no longer shaken by opinions, no longer pulled apart by expectations that were never meant for you. You have learned that your worth is not decided by how loudly others praise you or how quickly they notice you, but by the quiet strength you carry when no one is watching. The confidence growing inside you is calm, not forced, and it does not need to announce itself. You trust yourself now in ways you once doubted, and that trust changes how you move through the world. You pause before reacting, you choose before committing, and you listen deeply before speaking. This discernment is not weakness, it is mastery. You understand that not everyone deserves access to your thoughts, your energy, or your heart, and this boundary has brought you peace. You no longer chase connections that drain you or stay in spaces that shrink you. You honor your inner signals, and you respect the quiet warnings that once went ignored. The strength you hold today was shaped by moments when you had to stand alone, when you had to choose yourself without reassurance, and when you had to walk forward with nothing but faith guiding you. Those moments taught you resilience that cannot be taught by comfort. They taught you how to remain soft without breaking and firm without becoming harsh. You learned that true power does not come from control but from clarity, not from dominance but from stability. And this stability now grounds everything you do. Your words carry weight because they come from truth. Your actions align because they come from intention. Your presence feels steady because it is rooted in self-awareness. People notice that you no longer seek to impress, and that makes you even more compelling. They notice that you no longer rush to explain yourself, and that makes your silence meaningful. They notice that you are no longer available for drama, and that makes your peace rare. You have become someone who cannot be easily shaken because you are no longer built on external approval. You are built on experience, reflection, and inner alignment. The struggles you faced did not harden you, they clarified you. The pain you endured did not weaken you, it refined you. The waiting did not delay you, it prepared you. And now, as you move forward, you do so with a grounded confidence that does not need to compete or compare. You understand that your path is unique, your timing is intentional, and your growth is personal. You do not measure success by how others respond to you, but by how aligned you feel within yourself. You have learned that peace is the true reward, and integrity is the true achievement. The noise of the past no longer distracts you, because your inner voice is clear. The doubts that once echoed loudly have faded into quiet reminders of how far you have come. You are no longer afraid to take up space, yet you do not force your presence. You simply exist fully, and that fullness shifts the atmosphere around you. Those who resonate with truth feel drawn to you, and those who resist it feel unsettled, yet you remain unchanged by both. You understand now that not everyone is meant to walk beside you, and that release is sometimes the highest form of respect. You bless what has passed, you honor what shaped you, and you welcome what aligns with who you are becoming. There is no rush, no pressure, and no fear driving you anymore. There is only clarity, intention, and quiet strength guiding your steps. You are no longer becoming who you are meant to be. You are already living it, steadily, calmly, and without apology.